What's up, guys, and welcome back to Red 5 Reviews. So, you remember episode 5, right? The Empire Strikes Back? Is it ringing a bell? It is? Good. Were you ever curious about what that Loch Ness monster-looking thing was that attacked R2-D2 in the swamps of Dagobah? Well, if you were, then you're in luck, because today we're going to find out exactly what that creature was in my review of the Star Wars Adventures comic, Luke Skywalker and the Treasure of the Dragonsnakes. The story of Luke Skywalker and the Treasure of the Dragonsnakes was by Tom Taylor, with the cover art and illustrations by Dai Shun. Now, before I give you guys my thoughts, I'm going to give you guys a brief summary that is provided from the back of the comic. On the swampy planet of Dagobah, Luke Skywalker trains to become a Jedi Knight with the powerful and quirky Jedi Master Yoda. Though his teaching methods are strange, Yoda is the only one who can prepare Luke for his destiny, saving the galaxy from Darth Vader and the Emperor. The task before Luke now is to find and retrieve an object guarded by one of the deadliest creatures in the swamp, the fearsome Dragonsnake. Our hero in training will face more than just monstrous swamp creatures, and he'll need more than just himself to succeed in his mission. It's a good thing that the Force is with him. So just a quick heads up, I won't give away everything, but there are spoilers in this review. So if you have not read this book yet and you do not want any spoilers at all, here's your warning. But with that said, let's get started. I enjoyed this comic. This is actually my first and only Star Wars Adventures comic that I own. I really enjoyed that this comic delivers with the same energy that we see between Luke and Yoda in Episode 5. Luke is still impatient and lacks content for what he already has, as Yoda points out, and Yoda still acts obnoxious, but has a very wise and important lesson to always teach. And as stated, the antagonist of this story is the Dragonsnake. But we later find out that this was not just any dragon snake that attacked R2-D2, but the king of all the dragon snakes that has been dominating the others of its species. Now, I have to say, I was pretty surprised, but I also appreciated how sentimental this comic got. We see moments between the characters that, while brief, really go a long way. We see Ben Kenobi briefly appear before Luke and reminds him that while he can't always help him anymore, he's never alone. And we also have a moment between Yoda and R2-D2 as they briefly reflect on their experiences during the events of the prequel trilogy in the Clone Wars. Now, this isn't really a negative, but it is something to keep in mind. The comic is pretty short, and I was able to finish it in around 20 minutes or so, but it didn't really affect the story at all, and the pacing is still good despite the length of the comic. It also didn't affect the story's overall message. We learned that Luke was sent to not only retrieve the treasure from the King of the Dragonsnakes, but to also confront it and defeat it, which, as a result, humbled it in the eyes of the other dragon snakes, and they no longer feared the king and were able to stand up to it. The whole mission was meant to be symbolic towards the Empire, that if you stand up to your enemy, it could inspire others to no longer fear them and rise against them. Again, for a short comic, the message was pretty impactful. Now, the comic does have a fair share of humor as well, as we see Yoda constantly messing with Luke. My favorite moments include near the beginning, when Yoda is making Luke stand on his head for hours. And Luke figures out that it was punishment for annoying Master Yoda, and when he confronts Yoda, he only replies with how mysterious the ways of the Force are. And again at the end, when Luke retrieves the treasure of the Dragonsnakes, which is revealed just to be an egg, and Yoda only wanted it to make his soup that he made earlier in the story taste better. Yoda does state that that's not entirely the reason why he sent Luke after it, but it is a perk because, well, the soup is good. Now, if you haven't already, I would definitely recommend that you pick this comic up if you can and read it. While it is a short read, it's very enjoyable and the message is pretty strong. I'm going to give Star Wars Adventures, Luke Skywalker, and the Treasure of the Dragonsnakes 4 out of 5 stars. But what did you guys think if you read it? Did you like it or did you hate it? Either way, be sure to post your thoughts down in the comments below and I'll check those out. But guys, thanks so much for checking out this review. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. And if you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel and you're enjoying my content, then please consider to hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much again, guys. And until next time, this is Red 5, standing by.